wewe kama kwa community development umepatia ndio hiyo www.google.com nionyeshe tu opportunity moja.
Opportunity. I can't tell you at this and this, but
Did you listen to the Hot Breakfast this morning? Here's what you missed.
Welcome to Hot 96, Christine.
Thank you.
Karibu sana.
Guys. Yeah.
Tell us, what is it exactly you do?
I do a lot of women and youth empowerment, basically community development, just trying to help youth and community members identify different aspirations, economic aspirations, social aspirations, whichever aspirations they have as a person, and also try to make youth identify the opportunities, employment opportunities are there, the options that they have in life, and also trying to support them in terms of social inclusion of all vulnerable groups. When you say vulnerable, we mean the youth, the women, and persons with disability, and how they can channel themselves, how they can access the unavailable services that are there in the community, in the country, to be able to be part of the society, part of the system, and also support them in terms of advocacy, engage in good governance, and how to follow these persons in power to question them on, the services that we're supposed to get, and why have we not gotten this, and see how people are election period now. We have people promising different things that they will deliver. So come next year,
like wheelbarrows, for example.
Like wheelbarrows. So come next year, we don't have wheelbarrows. So where are they? What have you done with the money that was supposed to buy those wheelbarrows?
But it happens every time, Christine. Every election period, they promise us so much. Politicians promise so much and deliver so little.
Yeah.
So it must be very frustrating.
It is. So what we do is try to make the youth question them before bringing them to the stage. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have the cards. We have the elector's card, and when the youth identify their power, the power to question them, the power to follow up, is when now we will have like a change, a different setup, not at a person coming and then you didn't promise. So we'll be looking at what do we do next, what do we do with the things we have now.
So how has it been so far? Who have you questioned? What were their responses? Is there any progress?
It's been difficult. Community development is such a difficult engagement, and it's a very slow process.
Okay.
The things you do maybe in 5 years' time is when they come to be in like now. Yeah. So you have to be very patient. You have to keep on monitoring, keep on following up, slowly by slowly.
Have you managed to put any MPs or leaders on the spot, and they actually achieved what they had promised?
Yeah, we do encourage youth to be in these barazas, be in these public participation events, public participation activities, to keep engaging, be on the table, be on the seat of the decision-making processes, so that we don't really have to be the persons to question, but be the people to make the decisions. Yeah.
Look, Christine, look at the frustration in today's youth. You can see it. It's out there. It's you throw COVID into that. You throw all this joblessness. And you see the frustrations of the youth.
Yeah.
I mean, look what happened with the border incident the other day.
Sadly.
I mean, it's boiling over in some instances.
Yeah.
And you as a community development leader, I mean, what do you think about incidents like that?
First of all, I'd like to send a heartfelt, an acknowledgement to the lady, like that happened. It wasn't supposed to happen. So as as young leaders, as young change makers, we're supposed to be the ones to drive change, be the ones to enlighten them, teach them these other things that they can engage in, let them be busy doing something with their life, inspire them, motivate them to do a lot more than just what they think or what society has made them feel that they're supposed to do.
Do you think they feel left out? Do you think they feel like they're not part of the society?
Mostly, yeah, because boda riders, sometimes you're just like, we are named to a boda, you know. So sometimes you might say that in a very casual way, but it gets to them in some sort of way. So
in a nutshell, because some youth will be asking the same questions I'm asking, is come to these functions, listen, think about what you're passionate about, then take that path as an individual.
And also network. Build connections with the people that are coming there.
The other jobless guys. The other guys who have jobs.
The jobless, any other person is valuable to you. It doesn't matter if they're jobless or not. They might know someone who knows someone. And it can fit with your aspirations, with what you studied for, or what your skills are. So don't ever take any other person for granted just because they're jobless or just because you think they don't know anything. Take advantage.
Meskia, lakini, today's youth.
Yes.
Today, again, we come back to today's youth. They demand so much. And they want instant results. What we call the microwave generation.
Is it something that's rampant in the community? Is there, like, where did we drop what's that line?
The ball.
Yeah, the ball.
It is. I think it's just lack of motivation and inspiration. It's just most people, these processes they come one at a time. It's not a miracle or whatever. You have to be patient enough to be able to see results, and that's where the youth have got it all wrong.
Joan, welcome.
Thank you, Jeff.
Speak up, speak into the mic, my dear.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm happy to be here this morning.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Tell us exactly what you do.
Okay, I'm a director at a talent development and education company called Little Big Talents Kenya. And apart from that, I'm the franchise director at Little Mr. and Miss Environment Kenya. And our vision in Little Mr. and Miss Environment is to secure the child role in climate action, mitigation, adaptation, and resilience. Apart from that, we have a foundation called Little Big Talents Foundation, and our main aim is to secure good quality education for the vulnerable child in the society. Yes.
Well, it's a long title, but clearly.
Clearly, you always remember it in that order, you shift things around.
I can say it anyhow, depending. Yes.
And your biggest challenge in what you do?
Our biggest challenge, we deal with children, and you notice this is a creative industry, and we are not yet where we want to be as a country in the creative space. So our biggest challenge has been to be able to convince the parents to let their children be what they were created to be. Because I think Jeff and Nick, we are, some people are languishing in offices, as lawyers, when they're supposed to be musicians. Other people are struggling in hospitals as doctors when they were supposed to be dancers, And being an ardent believer also of the Bible, the Bible says, you flourish where you're planted. And when you're in the wrong place, you may not be able to actualize the person that you are. So the biggest challenge is to convince these parents to be able to let their children be what they were created to be.
Absolutely. Yeah, Nick here wanted to be a doctor, huh? He really did, and you can see the frustration.
Yeah, so passionate about injecting people. Because I already have a bad handwriting, so I was halfway done.
Yeah, everyone wants to have a white collar job, but everyone has been gifted differently, and when we do what we are meant to do, then I think we are able to actualize our full potential.
Yeah, so CBC for you is a great invention. I mean, it's the
It is
best of you.
actually, we are doing this. One of our core mandate is to support the CBC, and that's why we really are encouraging schools and even the parents to be able to take part in this change. Yeah.
You seem passionate also about what do you call it, like modeling and all of that stuff. Have you been big on that?
Oh yes, I have a background in modeling. I was Miss Kenyatta University in 2013. And then after that, we competed. All universities came together to compete again, and I beat them all.
Oh,
yes, I was Miss Universities Kenya 2014.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I'm a perfectionist. I don't do any mediocre. So yeah, I was Miss Universities Kenya, and then I again competed the following year as Miss Grand Kenya, and I was the first runners-up Miss Grand International.
What's Miss
And
Grant?
yes.
What's Miss Grant?
Miss Grand International is a pageant. Is one of the biggest pageants. It's the fifth biggest pageant in the world.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Where was this held?
It was held at Carnival that year.
Okay.
Yes.
And you were first runner-up.
First runners-up.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, and then after that, I thought I should stop and now give back to the community.
Yeah.
And that's why I even went ahead to set up Little Miss and Miss Environment Kenya. And I've said our core mandate is to get these kids in climate action.
Christine, you say you and Joan, you know each other. You met?
Yeah, we just met like how long ago?
We are 40 under 40 sisters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, 40 under 40.
Yeah.
Sisters. That's like a top 40
Top
achievement.
40 under 40, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But for ladies only.
Now, is an African award for all continental leaders in Africa.
Yeah.
The requirement is like the minimum threshold is you should be doing something really outstanding in the society, and you should be under 40 years old.
Is this the one that's taking part in Accra?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Same
You
one.
threw me off with the 40 under 40 sisters part, so I figured maybe it was different.
Oh no.
During our time, they never used to, celebrate us, whatever age.
Until we get to maybe 80, yeah?
Yeah. Then I'll call a eulogy.
So congratulations, both of you, on your nomination.
Thank you.
I mean, it's difficult because the other day we were speaking to two other nominees.
Yes.
And they said there's 63 of you total, right?
Yeah.
And they'll be picking 40.
40.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of pressure.
There is a lot of pressure.
But you guys feel confident?
We will bring this award home. Yeah.
You know how we
Best.
do it the Kenyan way?
Yeah.
And we can't take anything less.
Yeah.
We're coming back with the trophies. Yes.
That's very nice. So what's a typical week for you, Joan?
I wish it was an interesting week, but usually just work, meetings, and because I'm in the theater, anything interesting coming up in the industry, maybe concerts, events, I always show up after work, and think pretty much the same, just repetitive, yeah.
So theater, like you do acting and the coordinating of these pageants for the kids and all that.
Yes, I do, but I'm not an actor, I'm a dancer.
So Joanne, when you first heard or when you were nominated for this award, how did that make you feel? This Continental 40 under 40.
Wow, I felt obliged to give more to the society. The fact that someone is sitting out there and they're noticing we're doing some commendable work in the society made me feel like I need to work harder and give more.
How about you, Christine? How did you feel?
I felt an acknowledgement of the small steps that I do, the resilience, the hard work that I put in. It's a recognition, and that really feels good because it gives you a motivation to want to do more, because being a part of such inspiration people is a privilege, and it's inspiring. Yeah, so you, besides the challenges, the hurdles, you feel like someone is watching and people are really feeling the significance of your actions. So it's a motivation to want to do more and to want to create more significant, more meaningful change in the community.
Yes.
Do you think you are making a change, Joanne? Do you feel you are in your own little way?
Can you feel the impact, basically?
Yes, I can feel the impact, but as an environmentalist, as an artist, I would say we need more people in this to be able to make a greater impact. So every time I have a chance, then I'll tell people we need more climate ambassadors. We need more people to notice that it's a joint effort from the non-profit organizations, from the government, from the creative economy. When we work together, then we'll be able to realize a greater output.
Yeah. But it's difficult sometimes, Christine. You think you're out there, you're doing your best, but people aren't appreciating what you're doing. It must be, sometimes a bit frustrating.
Yeah, it is. But what really keeps me going is the small, little, tiny changes. It doesn't have to be in a day, in a month, could be in a year, but and then also the feedback that I get from just even one person. It makes you feel like, yeah, I'm doing something small, but it's still something. So however much little change there is, there's still that tiny change. And as Joan said, if we come up together as change makers, as change ambassadors, as young leaders, we will do a lot more. And people will appreciate a lot more. Yeah.
In an election year like this one, do you think the youth will, finally get their say, or will it take a few more elections for that?
Judging from the previous elections, a lot of people are saying, no, I won't vote, I'll just sleep and wait for whatever. But we are really striving to build capacity, to share our knowledge about the significance of being involved, especially in this election period. Because the youth make up a huge percentage of this country.
Yes.
And if we say no, it's a no. If we say yes, it's a yes. So it's about youth identifying their power, the power they hold, and the power that they can use to change the society.
If there's one person, a female, in this country who you think could be our president, it doesn't have to be someone who's in politics, someone you just feel has the qualities and characteristics of a good female president, who are the two people you would name besides yourself?
You say two. Anyway, let me comment on the youth and election and leadership thing first before I get to you. We got a big problem in Kenya, and the problem is education. Our youth are not properly educated. And until we get to that threshold of the civilized, we get the youth to be more civilized, until then we'll be able to talk to sober youth who will be able to vote soberly and wisely. But until then, I think we have that problem at hand, and I'll call upon our leaders to address that issue.
Are you saying they're uncivilized, Joan? Are you saying the youth are uncivilized?
They're not properly educated.
Yeah, they need to be more informed of their choices, of how they
need to be educated so that they have a liberal mind and stop voting on tribal lens. They stop voting on social lens, and just vote for the right leader who will give us the right service.
Yeah.
If I was to elect a woman president in Kenya today. Wow, that's a tough question.
I see your Christine is saying
but I love Martha Karua's mind.
Oh yeah?
I really love her mind. I love her philosophy. And if today I was to elect any woman in leadership, it will be her. I don't think I have a second opinion, but I love her politics.
And you?
I would choose, I don't have a name yet, but there are a lot of women leaders out there who are who are passionate about leadership, and it's upon one to come forward to bring us what they do, to tell us their story, because there are those who have been there, and until now we would have chosen them even way before.
Okay, young ladies listening to you right now, Joanne, they're listening to you and they want to be a part of this, but they don't know how to get involved. How do they get involved?
Christine,
in case anyone wants to reach us, we are on Facebook at Youth for Sustainable Development. Can reach me directly at Chris Ogola on Facebook, Instagram at Krigola, Twitter as Christine Ogola. It's just say hi, what you want, how you want to be involved, and us, we are very open-minded. We are accommodative, because we appreciate different talents and abilities, and there's always a place for everyone to put in their work.
Absolutely.
Yes.
For Little Big Talents and Miss Environments, we are everywhere on our social platforms as Little Big Talents and as Little Miss Environments, and our website for the Little Big Talents is www.littlebigtalents.co.ke. You can always get us through the email, and you can inbox us on our social medias and call us on our numbers.
And your number is?
You want it for yourself, or you're just saying,
Say no Little Big Talent somewhere.
Get that and you'll get to me.